Welcome everyone to Nerd of the Rings. We are talking about board games today. If you've been around the channel for a while, you know I enjoy board games, card games. It's all fun. But today we're talking about a specific board game. It is a game coming out June 27th by Z-Man Games. It is Fate of the Fellowship, and it is a cooperative board game, which is always fun. I like that, here in my family, things are much more peaceful when we play a cooperative board game. Joining me today, we've got Matt Leacock, who is the game designer, and Kevin Ellenberg, who is the developer of Fate of the Fellowship. Guys, thanks so much for taking the time out and joining me here today.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Well, we're gonna get into how you guys went about designing this game, and the inspirations from the books that you got, the little references and the mechanics, and how that was informed by Tolkien's books, of course. For those of you, real quick, just a little housekeeping here. For those of you interested in board games, you might be interested to know that I'll actually be hosting a panel this year at Gen Con in Indianapolis, Indiana, which is the biggest board game convention in the United States. And it's going to be all about tabletop gaming in Middle Earth. So we've already got like 5 different studios that are, board game companies that are on board to have representatives there talking about their experience and, designing some of the classic and newest board games in Middle Earth, or tabletop gaming experiences in Middle Earth. So that's gonna be a fun time. So if you're gonna be at Gen Con, put that on your to do on your itinerary for Gen Con later this summer. But guys, without further ado, let's talk about Fate of the Fellowship. Give us what's the kind of quick summary, like what's this game about? What is, if you're telling a new friend about this board game, what would you tell them?
Sure, yeah. So it's a cooperative game, like you mentioned. It's for 1 to 5 players. So there's a solo version, but you can play like a really big game with 5 people. And you're all playing members of the Fellowship and sort of like the Fellowship's extended cast. So we've got additional characters you can play, like including Galadriel and others, all working to guide Frodo to destroy the ring in Mount Doom, while also accomplishing other objectives. Each game you play, you deal out a set of different objectives. So every game you play is different. We'll be playing the 4 like intro objectives, the ones we recommend players play for the first time. But there's 24 of them, and you can have between 4 and 6 of them. So you're always playing out different parts of the book, and they sort of guide you into um, different stories. The game is like a giant story generator. So you have a different cast each time, and you're going to guide the company into this story. Ultimately, will either you'll succeed or fail.
Mm.
And I guess I would say that the game is really like you're trying to maintain hope and overcome despair. And if you can do that, then you win. Fundamentally,
Okay.
all the elements of the game kind of funnel into hope and despair. And if you can keep Frodo's spirits up and get him all the way to Mount Doom to destroy the ring, then you win. But it's going to be throwing all sorts of obstacles in your way.
And one of the interesting things about this game is, I've heard about it and had it described to me and everything, is that, obviously you could play it and like things could unfold as they do in the books, and characters could go to the places that they go. Uh, but it's kind of like throwing some what if scenarios at you, where you can send characters to different spots, and with the end result goal being the same: get Frodo to Mount Doom and destroy the ring. So you guys have, obviously put a lot of thought into, what effect different areas have on people and characters, and but it adds an interesting wrinkle in it, the idea of like, oh, maybe if we send Legolas here instead,
hmm
what does that result in?
Yeah, I mean, like one of the first things we had to crack was like, how do you operate Sauron's forces, and how do
Mm,
they march across the board? Because you're going to be like you're trying to defend the havens of the free peoples, and Sauron's unpredictable in this game, right? You don't know. He's not going to necessarily act out the exact same way he did in the book. Although, kind of design pressures in there so that, you'll see that Minas Tirith and Helm's Deep are likely going to be the first two that are in danger. All the board is activated, right? Well, you might see the Scouring of the Shire in your game.
Yeah.
Rivendell might fall. But on the other side, like, you might be able to retake Moria. And it's all based on sort of like how the cards come out, and they're all kind of tuned so that you may have a story very similar to Lord of the Rings, but it's going to have its own twists and turns, and you're going to have to react to it. So your actions are really, in some part, a reaction to what the game is throwing at you, and sort of what your objectives are for that game.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I love, like, starting off the first thing, we unfold the game board here. We're on Board Game Arena. And the fact that the board game is just the map of Middle Earth, that ought like, right off the bat, I'm excited by that proposition. I love maps, and the idea of just, playing on the Middle Earth map is always a fun one for me. So tell us about, the board that we're looking at here, and what we're going to do here, folks. Like Matt said, we're going to play, kind of these introductory level, or not levels. What was the phrase you used?
There's different difficulty levels. So
Okay,
we'll be starting with we just have a recommended setup for you for the first time.
Yeah, so we're gonna play like the recommended first timer setup, because I'm actually a first timer here. Like, I haven't played this game yet, so I'm gonna ask all the newbie questions. Feel free to throw newbie questions or expert questions, whatever questions, in the chat. We've got one of the great reps from Z-Man Games in the chat with us, so they can answer. We'll answer, here on the stream as well. But let's go ahead and start getting into the game itself, and explaining it for folks, and I guess explaining it for me as well.
Sure, yeah. So you're looking at, like you said, a map of Middle Earth. There's a lot going on here. It is real interesting challenge to get across the topography and also like what's going on. So there's a lot of arrows all over the board. You can probably see in different colors. And first and foremost, just to say that's what controls the shadow troops moving across the board. So one of the ways I like to teach cooperative games is kind of talk about the challenge you're trying to overcome, in a sense, and then give you some grounding as to what you do on a turn. So this game is modeled after Pandemic. It's a Pandemic system game, and so I designed the original Pandemic, and I've just done a bunch of spin-offs.
Yeah.
And every time I do it, I'm always looking very, very closely at like how I can adapt the system to fit the world. And so it's been adapted a lot, let's say. But the the underlying turn structure is very similar. You as a player take 4 actions on your turn, and then you draw 2 cards from a deck of player cards, which gives you sort of like the ability to do things. And then you draw shadow cards, which are the ones in the bottom left corner. And those are the ones that are going to be moving around the shadow troops and the Nazgul and the Eye of Sauron.
Okay.
And unlike every other game in the series, you actually have 2 characters in this game that you're going to be running. So you'll notice on the right side over there, if you scroll up, I think, Matt. Yeah, so you're going to be running
Aragorn and Arwen.
Aragorn and Arwen, yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so you'll actually be taking 4 actions with one of them and 1 with the other. So every turn you're going to be deciding which one's kind of like the major character and which one's the side character. So you can think of like cutscenes in a movie where you see like the major action happening over here, and you say, well, what's going on with Arwen over here? Or, maybe Arwen has the big scene, and then Aragorn's just doing something on the side. So you'll do those actions, then we'll draw the cards, and then we'll see what happens with Sauron and the Nazgul and the Shadow Troops and all that.
So I've got Aragorn and Arwen. We'll do a roster count. So Kevin here's got Frodo and Sam, as well as it looks like Legolas.
Yep.
Which, shout out to brown hair Legolas, because folks, this is like a deep cut like debate among fans. Is like Legolas's hair color is never described. So like there's art out there of brown haired Legolas, which I think is kind of fun. So we get a brown-haired Legolas in this game. And then we've got, Matt, you've got Merry and Pippin, as well as Éowyn.
Yeah.
All right.
Éowyn's one of my favorites to play.
And then there are other characters besides just these ones. What other characters do we
There's
have
13 characters. So,
wow.
Yeah, the BGA adaptation we'll be playing only has 10, I think. But when
Okay.
you get the physical game, it's all 13. So it's the 9 members of the Fellowship plus Arwen, Eowyn, and Galadriel, and Gollum. Is that? Did I hit 13? I think I did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, right.
13. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't. Gollum is really fun to play, but not maybe for the first time play.
Yeah.
He's tricksy.
Okay.
Right,
That'd be
yeah,
an interesting one. Yeah.
right. So that's the 13 that you play.
Okay. So there's the characters. So we
Yeah.
got our characters.
So what you do on your turn, you're going to be doing 5 actions. And let me talk about the goal of the game is to complete your 4 objectives. So if you scroll to the top there,
Yep, the very top has the
Ah,
four
yeah,
yes.
there's
objective
4
cards we're
objectives.
using.
Right. So
Okay.
it looks like we're going to attain the blessing of the elves. So essentially, we're going to need to get over to Rivendell, and we're going to need to discard 3 friendship. That's the 3 hearts right there.
Yep.
While at least one of the characters is present. So 2 of us have to be there at least. Or 2
Okay.
characters. We basically make some friendship, and they're going to release those 3 elves into the supply of elves we can use for the War of the Ring. So this is
Okay.
like, I guess, the Council of Elrond kind of happening.
Yeah.
So mechanically, it's just making some elves
Yeah.
available.
We're
And
getting
then
some
it
help.
also,
Okay.
yeah. But
Yeah.
it requires us to like expend some friendship and some,
Yeah.
like get along.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll need to do that. If you go to the next one, this is Saruman. Your
Ooh.
staff is broken. So here we actually need to capture Isengard.
Okay.
And while doing so, we can't lose any havens in Rohan. So we essentially have to defend Helm's Deep, right? If we lose Helm's Deep,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Okay.
And we have to ensure that Rohan is free of shadow troops. So if we meet all of those objectives, we complete that.
Okay.
The third one, okay, well, this is a fun one. We have to challenge Sauron. So this is a way to help the ring bearer, actually. If
Yeah.
one character is in North Ithilien, spends an action while there's 2 Rohirrim, 2 elves, which I guess are representing the sons of folks from emissaries from Elrond, right? And then 3 people of Gondor. So if we amass a large army in North Ithilien, just outside the gates, the Black Gate, then we'll attract the Eye of Sauron, and every single shadow troop in Mordor will amass then into a dune. And then we complete that objective, which has this wonderful effect of like clearing away,
clearing a
Mordor.
path. Yeah,
just clearing a path for
like
Frodo.
yeah.
For the last objective here. So here, Frodo's got to make it to Mount Doom, discard 5 resistance tokens. Those are the ring tokens.
Okay.
And then survive 1 final search roll. So the more Nazgul you have in Mordor, the worse this is. And if you're like on the brink of despair, it's also pretty bad. But if you can survive that roll, then you win the game. So that's all we have to do.
I like that. If you survive the brink of despair.
Yeah, it's really, like I said, it's all about overcoming despair. So the despair meter is on the left side. It goes from, it's actually, I should call it a hope meter, really. I shouldn't be thinking in negative terms. You start with, at the very top, you can have the 8 hope, and then it goes down to 0, at which point you see the eye there, and you lost the game. So when bad things happen, it tends to bump up despair and or drop hope. And
if is there a way to regain hope, or is it just like a running out the clock? Okay.
Yeah, the 2 main ways are completing objectives will give you hope in many cases, not all cases, but in many cases. And then if you capture a shadow stronghold, you'll get 2 hope back. So if you were to take over Isengard, for example, you're going to get a couple hope out of the deal.
Or if the dwarves manage to reclaim Moria.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So we could cover the actions you can take quickly. Yeah. So the most fundamental thing you do in Middle Earth is walk around. No surprise to you, right? So if you've got a character in, let's say, Merry and Pippin, if you want to zoom in them in the Shire. Oh, they're not being shown. Maybe you want to.
You need to click the show tokens button.
There we go.
So there's all the troops and characters on the board, and Nazgul.
Okay.
Let's take Arwen as an example. So she's hanging out there in Rivendell. She can move to join Aragorn in the Weather Hills for 1 action. Just so that would be one thing you could do. While doing that, she could take that elven troop with her. So if she were to move there, you can take as many troops as you want, friendly troops with you when you move. And then after that move, again, I'm not recommending that she do this.
Yes,
but
yeah.
something you can do.
Yeah.
She can move a second time and then move from Weather Hills and Debris, and she could take the Elven troop with her and Aragorn. So when you're traveling around, you can travel as a fellowship.
Okay.
So yeah, and everybody's pretty free to move around, with the exception of Frodo. So when Frodo moves, it turns out that the Nazgul and Shadow troops are looking for him. So if he were to move from the Shire into Bree, the two, I see the two Nazgul that are just south of him.
Yes.
Yeah, so those are in the entire region of Eriador. So they're flying around and they're looking at every single location in there. So if Frodo were to move from the Shire to Bree, you have to roll a search die, 1 die for every Nazgul in the region. And those have like a coin flip, 50% chance of causing it a spare each. So you have to be careful with that.
Yeah.
You can, if you play a stealth card, it looks like a little elven cloak, then you don't need to roll the die, so you forgo that roll. So you could think, like, ideally you could play a stealth card every single time you move Frodo and you'd be completely safe.
Right. Yeah.
But of course, there's only so many.
I'm not going to have that many. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Now we've got the Eye of Sauron here.
Right. Right. So the Eye of Sauron, that is, it's very dangerous for Frodo to hang out where the eye is, because many of the shadow cards we talked about earlier are going to send Nazgul to where the eye is. So this is where Sauron's focusing his attention. This is where he thinks either Frodo is, or there's maybe some kind of battle happening where he wants to spend his attention. So you can draw the eye away from Frodo if you initiate a battle somewhere else. So if Arwen were to go down to Nedwaith and battle the shadow troops down there, his eye would then shift down there, and then the Nazgul would be less likely to fly to Eriador because the eye is not there anymore. So that's one of the things you have to keep managing as you're playing the game.
Okay. And the shadow troops are the red ones.
Those are the red ones. The scary looking red guys.
Are the shadow troop. Yes.
So your orcs and trolls and whatnot.
Now I saw up here there's also a threat rate kind of meter.
Right. Yeah. Why don't we circle back to that? Yeah, things are going to get worse as the time goes on.
Okay.
So travel. I think I covered all the traveling with the exception of one thing. Sometimes you'll see symbols on the path.
On the route.
If you look,
yeah,
the route. Say the route between Holland and Moria, right? There's a little friendship symbol that shows you have to speak friend and then enter. Essentially, you have to discard a friendship token or card, and then you can take that path. Or you might need to spend some resistance to go over Gahadras from Holland into Gladden Fields. So it's hard to cross the mountains. You can go south through the Glap of Rohan, right? You're not spending any tokens there.
Right.
But there tends to be more shadow troops down there.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's all the moving.
We've got the bear here for the Beorn.
Yeah, you got
See, that's what this is good. We've got you to keep me on task, because I'd be sitting here looking through like all the little icons and Easter eggs.
Yes. Yeah. For sure.
Okay. Yeah. Because you see, we've got the broken sword up here, and there's there's a
it's near Rivendell.
Kind of a tapestry. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then what about the cards? Because I noticed we each have 3 cards up here.
So you'll have a hand of player cards. We're in a 3-player game, so we're starting with 3. And then after you do your 4 actions with one character and 1 action with the other, you'll draw 2 cards to add to your hand. And this is just like a collection of resources that you have to do things. So we talked about how you might need to discard 3 friendship in Rivendell in order to complete that one objective. Well, it looks like, is that your hand?
Yes,
yeah, that's your hand.
My hand. Yep.
You've already got 2 friendship. If you can get 1 more friendship, then you can be the person finishing that task.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is a great segue into the second action you can do, which is called Fellowship. This is where you can pass a card from one player to another player. So if I could get you another friendship card, because it looks like I have one. The first card in my hand is I think a Radwaith friendship. Right. So in order to pass that card, this is a hard card to pass in particular. You have to be in the region shown. So you and I would both have to be in Radwaith, and then I can pass that card. So we might not be passing that card. That's a bit of a journey to do that. But let's say there was one that was in, I don't know, the Misty Mountains or Mirkwood, or somewhere that was a little closer. You and I could travel there. I could pass you that card. Then you could make it back to Rivendell, and then you could turn those in, right?
Okay. All right.
So that's the second action. The third one is called prepare, and this is like you can imagine Frodo kind of like looking at maps in Rivendell or packing his bag in the Shire. This is where you take one of your cards and discard it and take a token matching that symbol. So it's a little strange in that it's not getting any immediate benefit, but you have a hand limit of 7 cards. And you as the Kevin, let's say, as the ring bearer, has got to have 5 rings in order to destroy that ring. That's going to eat up a lot of your hand, right? You think of your hand as sort of like, I don't know, what you've got like in your hands almost, right? And the stuff you're preparing is in your backpack. It just allows you to hold more. So that's a good action if you're in a haven like the Shire or Rivendell or I don't like Minas Tirith, one of those places. You can discard a card and get a token, and that just adds to your hand limit. So this is the 3 basic actions: just moving, passing cards, and turning cards into tokens.
Okay.
The rest of the actions are all like a tiny mini war game. So I was into war games when I was a kid, or at least I wanted to be, but they're too complicated for me. And I tried to play War of the Ring, that big mammoth game, and it was just too much for me. I couldn't handle it. So I thought, well, I'm going to make a war game that I can handle. And so in this game, buried in this game is basically a very simple war game. So there's 3 actions you can do that relate to that. One is just mustering troops. So to do that, you need to be in a location. Let's say you're in Gondor. If you zoom in on Gondor, you'll see there's some spaces that are blue with the tree, right? Like Lamadan or Dol Amroth. If you're in a space that is got a blue coloring to it, and you discard a friendship symbol, you muster 1 troop. So that's one of the primary uses for friendship. You're like basically bringing people into the cause. Likewise, if you scroll up to Rohan, if you are in a brown location, discard a friendship, you get a Rohirrim. And then the Blue Mountains and Iron Hills and Erebor, those are all dwarven spaces. If you were to discard a friendship there, you get a dwarf. And then there's 4 elven strongholds. We got Rivendell, Lorien, the Woodland Realm, and Grey Havens. In one of those, if you discard a friendship, you get an elf. So that's how you basically create troops. Each of us, many of us, are to say, not everybody, but many of us are of those peoples, and we have an easier time mustering. So I, as Eowyn, when I'm in Rohan, I can just spend an action. I don't need to discard a card, and I can muster a Rohirrim. Whereas if Gimli was in the game, he could do the same for dwarves. I think Arwen can do it for elves. If you look at your character card, Arwen can spend an action and just add an elf to her location. Again, if she has to be in one of those elven places. So you click on her. The first one, Even Star. So you can discard. You don't have to discard anything. You just get a troop when you're in an elven location.
Spend one of your actions to get.
Right. Yeah, you get an allowance of like 4 actions, right? So
do they like travel with you, or how does the
you add them to your location, and then when you travel, you can decide, who do I want to bring with me? Yeah, you can bring 1 or more of the troops with you. So that's all about putting troops on the board. The next obvious thing is attacking. So let's say you're Arwen, you spend a couple actions to put elven troops on there. You could spend an action to move south. If you had more actions, you could spend another one to move south again. Then you're in Edwaith there in that location with the shadow troops. That's when you can do an attack. So let's say you're Arwen, you're in the location with shadow troops, and you have some friendly troops with you. Essentially, you're there, there's bad guys, there's good guys. You can roll dice equal to the number of friendly troops in your space. And then those will just show the results of the battle. So the dice basically just show the casualties of the battle. They'll show that some shadow troops will be removed, or some friendly troops, or both. And then there's one really bad symbol on there. That there's a Nazgul symbol on your die. If there's a Nazgul present in the region, you lose a lot of friendly troops. But that's the war game aspect of it, right? It's just rolling dice to see how the battles go. The final action is capture. That's the one that allows you to get more hope. So if you were, let's say you're in Moria, and Moria, you'd cleaned out all the shadow troops. If you have at least 1 friendly troop in there and you've cleaned it out, then you spend 3 sword symbols, the valor symbols, If you scroll
Okay.
up, you can see the little sword symbol on the cards. I think maybe some of us have some. Yeah,
Yep.
so it looks like, is that Kevin's got a couple of them?
I
If
do,
Kevin
yeah.
if Kevin had one more and he was able to clear
Oh,
out
I
a
see. On these
Shadow
cards. I'm
Stronghold,
sorry.
yeah. Then you could turn those in, capture it, and then Moria will no longer get additional bad guys in it, and you get some hope. It's a very nice upbeat to the game.
Yes. Okay.
So those are all the actions. The kind of 3 basic actions and the 3 wargaming actions are the things you can do in your turn. Then you
Okay.
draw 2 more cards from your from the deck to add to your hand, so you're replenishing that friendship and those swords and whatnot. And then you draw the shadow cards.
Okay.
And the shadow cards are what adds the shadow troops to the board and what marches those armies across the board.
And that's these cards down here.
Yeah. If you want to
Okay.
zoom in, I can kind of give you just
Yeah.
a brief overview. One of the nice things about BGA is it's just going to run those cards for us, and we can kind of talk about what happens.
Yeah. All right. So
Is that about as zoomed in as you can get?
Oh,
you can click on that. Yeah.
Yeah, there we
So every
go.
time you draw one of those cards, it's going to do one of 2 things. It's going to advance all the shadow troops on one of the battle lines, or it's going to add armies. And the way we know whether it's going to do the top half of the card or the bottom half of the card is by looking at the deck to the left. So do you see the deck on the left? It's got a red banner on top.
Mm-hmm.
That's the top card of the draw pile. And so whatever the top card of the draw pile is showing is going to tell us what to do with the card we drew.
Oh, interesting.
So that one's got a
Okay.
red banner, which means the armies are marching out. So every
Okay.
single troop on the line, the battle line from Rune to Minas Tirith, is going to march forward 1 space.
Oh,
So there's
okay.
a line on the board that goes all the way from Rune to Minas Tirith, and every single one of those armies is going to move forward 1 step. That's what that card does. Yeah.
All right.
If the back of that draw pile has got a black banner, we do the bottom half.
Bottom part. Okay.
Yeah, and in that one, it's just simply you add 1 troop to Rune, and then we see what's going on with the Nazgul. In this case, 2 Nazgul are going to move 1 step closer to Frodo. So they've kind of on scent, and they're going to move forward 1 space.
Okay.
But there's different effects for that. And so you never really know, are they going to start marching forward, or are they going to keep massing? And,
okay.
Yeah, but we can watch that kind of unroll as we play the game.
Yeah. All right.
So I think that's pretty much it.
Okay. Yeah, let's get into it.
I can start us off. So normally to determine the first player, you look at the numbers on the bottom left of your cards, which all have fun flavor notes about Lord of the Rings and Middle Earth. But for first game, it's suggested you just have whoever controls Frodo start. So that's me.
Okay.
I got to choose 1 character to do 4 actions with and 1 character to do 1 action with. I'm going to do 1 action with Legolas. If we look at Legolas's character card, one of their abilities is to walk silently. Just spend an action to gain 1 stealth token from the supply. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. A nice thing in this game is your hand of cards and all your tokens is shared by both your characters. So me gaining that stealth now is going to help me use it as Frodo when I'm moving around to try and avoid the Nazgul.
Yeah.
So after getting that 1 with Legolas, I'm going to switch to Frodo and Sam. And now I'm going to start off by preparing in the Shire, getting ready before I start my journey. So I'm going to choose a card in my hand and turn it into a token. I'm going to choose this Eriador card, which happens to match where I am right now. I am in Eriador. And a nice thing about doing that as Frodo is if you look at their character card, they have a bonus power, Elrond support, where once per turn, when Frodo prepares, if he prepared a card matching the name of the region, in the region matching the name of the card, so me preparing an Eriador card in Eriador, I gain a bonus friendship token. And this kind of represents Elrond trying to help out, sending messages or sending people like Glorfindel over to where Frodo's going to be to give him some support. So maybe Elrond was talking to someone like Glorfindel or Gandalf, and they came to the Shire and helped me out before I started my journey. Then I'm going to travel, because we have one of our goals, attain the blessing of the elves. We have to go to Rivendell.
Yes.
And also, the Eye of Sauron is currently in Eriador, which is very scary. I want to get away from that. So I'm thinking I want to head to Rivendell. Gandalf said it was a good idea. Let's go there. And when I do that, I'm sure other characters like Merry and Pippin may want to come along and join me. In this game, whenever you move, other characters can come with if they want to. So, Matt, you control Merry and Pippin. Do you want them to come along?
Yeah, why don't you bring me along?
All right. But now because Frodo moved, I have to spend a stealth or roll a search. So where I'd have to roll 2 dice because there are 2 Nazgul in Eriador. But I don't want that to happen. I'm gonna try and I see the Black Riders coming. I'm gonna hide behind the bushes so they don't see me. And then I'm gonna move again and going to Weather Hills. Merry and Pippin, do you want to come along?
Yeah, sure. You might as well just bring me along.
Yeah. And now we met up with Aragorn at the Weather Hills. So we got to the Weather Hills before Aragorn managed to get to Bree in the story. And here this is the big moment where the Nazgul attack. So I'm going to let the search happen. I'm not going to spend stealth. We're on Weathertop, so we're rolling a search in Weather Hills. We roll 2 dice. That scary tree icon means that's despair. We lose 1 hope. But Aragorn is really good at being a guide for Frodo. If you look at his character card, he has a power of Ranger of the North. Whenever Aragorn's present, when a search is rolled, he can re-roll 1 of the dice for free.
Ah, okay. So since I control Aragorn, I can.
Yeah, and I'd advise re-rolling the tree icon and help fight these Nazgul off.
Right. That's the one to re-roll.
Okay, so do I click replay from this move?
No. Let's see.
At the very top, if you click Ranger
of the North,
free
re-roll, yeah. So I think you want to click the despair die first, and then say.
Yeah. So middle top of your screen,
Ranger of the North. Button. Oh, I see. Yeah. I got it. Okay, Ranger of the North, free reroll.
There you go.
We want that one. Oh, damn!
It didn't matter.
All right. Well,
I guess he got stabbed in the shoulder anyway.
Okay, so that makes our despair. So our token will move to one more toward despair.
Yeah. So other characters in this location can spend resistance, the ring symbol, to re-roll more dice if they want to.
Oh.
But I think at this point it could be okay to just let the 1 despair happen.
We'll take it. Take the hit.
Like the Morgul knife hitting Frodo. Oh no.
So you just hit don't re-roll, and then we can skip past that. Yeah.
Don't re-roll. Okay, so now we're down to 5.
Down to 5 despair, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And as my last action with Frodo and Sam, I'm going to get to Rivendell.
Okay.
And Aragorn, Merry and Pippin, do you want to come along?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that seems on brand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's often a good idea to get a lot of people heading to Rivendell.
At least initially,
Yeah.
Okay.
Then again, there's 1 Nazgul here, so I'm going to allow the search to happen. I'm not going to spend a stealth. Like when the Nazgul were attacking as they were crossing the river into Rivendell. All right, and this icon is great for us because we're in a haven. This icon means you lose a hope unless you're safe in a haven like Rivendell.
Oh, okay. So I do not need to reroll then.
That's right. Yep. Oh, I have to hit don't reroll.
No need to reroll.
Okay.
And then that's all my actions. I'm now going to draw cards. So I've drawn 2 new cards into my hand. And now we're going to start drawing shadow cards. So after each player does their actions, we'll resolve cards equal to the current threat rate of 2.
Okay.
This first card there's a red flag on top of the deck, so troops are advancing from Umbar towards Helm's Deep,
Okay.
and you can
You'll
see
see
the
those
red
enemy actually on
arrows.
there.
Yeah.
Ah.
So 2 troops just moved from Umbar to Herondor.
Okay. So they
And
were right
then-
here. They just moved up.
Yep.
Oh, this
And
one's not
now
good.
this next card, it's Black Banner. So we add 1 troop to Isengard, and
Ooh.
3 Nazgul are deployed from Mordor
Whoa.
to the Eye in Eriador.
Wow.
You can see why it's
Okay.
nice to get away from the eye.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
All right, looks like it's my turn. So I've got some
Right.
ideas.
Okay.
I'm Merry and Pippin, and Merry and Pippin have an action they can take, which is to gain 1 friendship from the supply, a loyal friend. And I already have a friendship card, which means that by my next turn, I could have 3 friendship to do the retain the
Rivendell
blessing of the elves
quest. Yeah.
objective. Yeah. You also have 2 cards, so I think if like one of us, but both of us stay there, one of us is probably gonna be in good shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would pass you the card, but again, we have to go all the way down to Haradway to do
Yeah.
that.
That's
So
not. That's not happening.
I'm not thinking that's a good plan. Yeah. So that leaves. Merry and Pippin could generate a friendship, and then I was thinking maybe Eowyn wants to start working on that Rohan objective.
Yeah.
She could start creating an army
Yeah.
in, say, the Fords of Isen. I could go attack Isengard, but I would only
They're-
have like 1 or 2 troops. And I'd
Yeah.
be
They're
leaving
pretty
Helm's
strong
Deep.
at the moment.
Yeah. But I was thinking if you could spare him, Aragorn would be really helpful in battle down there. If on your turn you want him to
Start
maybe join
heading
the
that
fray.
direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Is when Aragorn rolls one of the results of the die is to remove 1 shadow troop, and when he rolls that result, he removes 2 shadow troops because he's so effective. I
Okay.
was thinking that might be handy.
I like it.
That's his Captain of the West power.
Right.
I like it.
So Merry and Pippin are just gonna do a loyal friend to get 1 friendship token, and then I gotta switch over to Eowyn. She's gonna travel into Helm's Deep and bring that 1 troop with, and then we're gonna travel again. I'm gonna leave 1 troop back because I've learned not to leave Helm's Deep empty. And then I'm gonna go ahead and create muster 2 Rohirrim there.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
And then I think
in
I'm
general, a big tension in this game is, do you defend the havens a lot by putting a lot of troops there and keeping them there, or do you send the
Go
troops
on the
out to try and
offensive.
attack?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you really have to. If I were to move all the way into Isengard and attack, I might not succeed, and then those troops might actually leave Isengard and go attack Helm's Deep when I'm not looking. So
Which
you have to
would
be careful
not be
about
great.
that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then you just drew a couple more cards.
I
You
did.
did not
I get
a
lucky?
friendship
Did not,
one.
but I can make another
but-
friendship next turn.
Yeah.
which would be good.
Okay.
And
Which
then
is
I go
good.
ahead and draw my shadow cards here.
Oh yes. Okay. So we're
So
Rune
the Rune
toward the
army's on the
Woodland
march.
Realm.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll
Oh.
be fine. what could go wrong?
All right.
Oh, and they're
Okay.
marching out of Moria.
Moria to Erebor.
It looks like
Oh.
the north is
The war in the north is getting
Yeah,
underway,
so-
folks.
right.
Starting
Legolas
early.
might never make it to the Council of Elrond. He might have to stay in the Woodland Realm
Yeah,
defending.
you might have some jobs to do. Yeah.
All
All right,
right.
and it's your turn.
Now it's my turn. I get to pick whether to play as Arwen or Aragorn
That's right.
first, right?
And
Okay.
Arwen has a power that can be pretty relevant this turn.
Okay.
If you look at her character card, she
Yep.
has this give counsel power, where
Yes.
once on your turn, when you use the fellowship action to trade cards at a haven like Rivendell, you can give or take a card that doesn't match your region.
Oh.
So you could maybe get that 3rd friendship.
Or you could give Kevin a sword. He would have 3 swords then, and he could go take over Moria as an option.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you got some options
I like
there.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. I think because you can do the friendship on the very next turn.
Yeah, I could
I
do it on
think-
my next turn. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll do the sword. Okay. Yeah,
All right. I like
I'll give
the sound of
Kevin a
that.
sword. Okay, so I'll play as Arwen.
Mhm.
All right, and what was that called? Give counsel.
Fellowship, I think.
Oh,
me look
Arwen
at
uses fellowship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so fellowship. All right, and I will give the Athelian card.
Give that to Kellenberg.
Yeah. Okay.
Then you have to decide, do you want to continue doing 3 more actions with Arwen, or do you want to switch over to Aragorn?
Okay. Well, if the goal is to get Aragorn down to help out, take out Isengard,
Yeah,
he doesn't have a very good path at the moment. It doesn't look
Well, I
like.
don't know. You can go through Holland and then Dunland and then join in the Forth of Isen.
You think him taking on these 3 shadow troops, though?
I think you can walk right through him. He's stealthy,
Oh,
right?
really?
You can go through with that. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so individual characters can sneak past the
Oh,
shadows.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. Okay, so I guess I'll switch over to Aragorn. I'm counting on you guys to stop me from doing anything monumentally stupid.
Well, we'll lose some of the fun there, but yeah, okay. Yeah, so you can switch to Aragorn then.
All right. All right. And I will travel. Okay. Travel. Go to Holland.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and then you can decide who you want to bring with, if anyone.
Yeah. Do I want to bring any?
Definitely leave me there.
Yeah.
Merry and Pippin.
Because we need 2 characters there to complete that task. Like, should I take the elf troop and like reinforce even further?
I would say, yeah. What do you think, Kevin?
Yeah, and I think maybe take me, Frodo, and Sam along, because I think I will try and go to Moria with that elven troop and capture it.
Okay.
Now that you gave me the 3 valor.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. So that's good.
Oh, that's right. I didn't think about that, Kevin. That's Frodo taking over Moria.
I mean, the elven troop, that's like Glorfindel doing all the work, really.
Glorfindel. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to do it. I guess maybe that's not the best way, but I'm sure it'll be
find
fine.
out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah,
And then, so we can either spend a cloak to hide or roll a search. We do have 4 Nazgul in Eriador.
Right, but you're in Rudor, so
we're in Rudor.
I would just say go for it. You're with Aragorn. He can reroll a bad roll anyway.
Okay. All right. Roll search. All right. Oh, and we got a tree. Okay. Free reroll. Oh,
boy, his range ring is not
okay.
not all it was.
Okay. So
I think it's okay.
All right. All right.
So our despair is now at 5. Is that right?
I think it'll go down to 4 once you guys pass up the reroll. I think you guys have to pass it up.
You want to pass on the reroll, Kevin?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, we're down to 4. Okay. All right. So I can keep traveling.
Yeah, you can keep going.
Okay. Now
I think you want to bring the troop, but don't bring Frodo.
Okay. Well, he needs the troop
with me.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, don't bring the troop.
Which is fine. Okay.
Yeah, good point.
So I'll travel there. All right. And then I'll go down here. Okay.
Now you got a decision whether you want to. Do we all move into Isengard, or we just stay there?
I mean, it's 5 versus 5, and we've got 2 heroes. I don't know.
I think
that's a good question.
Good
is that
fair?
Okay? So Aragorn and Eowyn, I would imagine, count for more than just like your standard troop.
Aragorn's going to make the dice more effective, and so is Eowyn.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you think we should go? Would that would be travel again?
Yeah,
right?
I think you might as well. Yeah. Then I can do the battle on my turn.
Okay. And then add all. So we all.
You could add all, or you could leave a rear guard. I think they're both good options.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
go all in.
Yeah.
We're gonna go all in.
risking it.
All right. Good deal.
Or should, now you're making me nervous. Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
It'll be
there's definitely
fine.
pros and cons. There's no right answer there for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're doing it. We're doing it. Okay. Do you want to do some action before drawing cards?
I don't think so.
Play Limbus. What is Play Limbus again?
Oh, we have a Limbus event card, which would give the current player 2 more actions. So if there's something you really need
okay.
to do,
Yeah,
you could do that.
We
Yeah.
don't need to do that. Okay, so I'll draw cards, and I got I
And you
got a
got your
third friendship
Yeah.
and a ring card. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, and then draw shadow cards. So I'll get
Right.
down
Yeah.
here so we can see that. Actually, I'm going to zoom out a bit so we can kind of follow. Whoop. Sorry, folks. There we go. Okay, so let's see what the shadow cards do. Advance Dol Guldur to Erebor.
Okay, it's
Ooh,
getting hot. up
Erebor.
north. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Erebor is not looking good. Okay. Nern to Helm's Deep. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's there. They've got a ways. They've got a ways to go.
They got some time.
Okay.
All right, so
All
it's
right.
back to me. I'm a little worried about all these troops heading towards the Woodland Realm, but I think I'm gonna focus on Moria with his elf friend Glorfindel taking Moria.
Okay.
So
Do you have a friendship to get into Moria?
I have one friendship to get through the doors.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
can open the doors.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So Legolas is going to gain a stealth token, which that power is just really helpful, especially when Legolas is paired with Frodo, because Frodo can use it a lot for travel.
Gotcha.
And then I will travel with Frodo to Moria and bringing the elf troop with me.
It's gonna bring the eye down on Frodo, which isn't great. But
Yeah, but I'm going to try to leave Misty
Yeah.
Mountains.
you're just gonna flee
after I
into
do
Glen
this.
Glenfield looks totally fine. What could go wrong?
So I will roll this search. There's a search of one
Okay.
die because there's one Nazgul in the region.
Okay.
Okay, thank
This is
you.
a blank. Perfect.
Oh, great.
They
Okay.
didn't spot me.
I mean, they shouldn't. You're under a mountain, so.
Yeah.
That's right.
Then I'll capture. So I need to spend 3 Valor, the sword icon.
Yep.
And we have reclaimed Moria.
Yeah.
But the eye is in Misty Mountains now. So now
Yes.
I want
Okay.
to leave. I will
So that was
travel.
2 actions so far, right?
Yeah, 2 actions so far.
Are you gonna put the
gonna
ring
try-
on, or are you just gonna play stealth, or what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I'm going to pay a stealth when I move into Gladden Fields so that
Okay.
these shadow troops don't see me.
Yeah, so he could actually put the ring on if he wanted to. He would get one to
Oh.
spare, but he wouldn't have to roll the search. for
Okay.
the army.
Yeah,
So that
that would
doesn't,
ta-
doesn't
would
work
take
against
us
the
down?
Nazgul, though. Doesn't work against the Nazgul. It only works against the
Okay.
shadow troops.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would
so-
take our despair down one if he
Down by
put the
1
ring-
rather than rolling
Yeah.
3 dice. So it's kind
Right.
of I'm not sure it's a great idea.
Yeah. Cost
Yeah.
benefit.
Who knew that putting on the ring was not useful?
Yeah, it's like if there was 4 shadow troops, or like if I didn't have the stealth, I would be seriously considering putting on the ring.
Mm,
So that's 3 actions.
okay.
You're gonna flee to the safety of Dol Guldur?
Yeah, I think I'm fleeing to Dol Guldur, which sounds a little bit dangerous, but with only 1 action left, I want to get out of Misty Mountains, and that's the way to
Mhm.
do it.
How are you
was
doing on your-
debating.
Okay.
I was debating because you have the Lembas card, Matt Leacock, and
Yeah.
that might be helpful to go somewhere other than Dol Guldur right now. 2 extra actions on Frodo, but
Good
I
on
think-
East Emnet or something.
yeah,
I think it's fine. Let's save the Limbus.
Yeah, I'll go to Dol Guldur. Glorfindel will protect me over here. That's the plan. And we'll draw some cards.
I really hope that somebody that gets the physical game. Oh, okay.
Oh no. Okay. That's fine.
Erebor is.
Fine.
Whew. Airborne's getting hot.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I hope someone that gets the physical game puts a little like blonde wig on one of the green soldiers to be Glorfindel. That would be
Yeah. All right. So before drawing the next shadow card, we have opportunities to use event cards or some characters have at any time abilities they can use. Like
okay.
Legolas, if you look at his character card, he has the power Sure Shot. At any time, he can spend a stealth to shoot down a shadow troop adjacent to him, or shoot a Nazgul out of the sky from his region and return it to Mordor.
Yeah, flying beast anyway. Yeah.
I like that. So that
And-
is a reference, like the Nazgul in particular. That's a book thing that wasn't in the films or any of the adaptations.
definitely.
Where
We even
Legolas
put
shoots
a-
down a fell beast. That's
We
awesome.
put a quote from that on his card actually at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go. Very nice.
Yeah, and I'm nervous about all these shadow troops heading towards the Woodland Realm. So I'm gonna have Legolas shoot one of them down before they get there.
Nice. Okay.
And then we'll draw the next card.
Here they come.
Near Harad to Helm's Deep. Okay.
So they're knocking on the
Oh
door
my
now.
gosh, there's so many of them. There's
Okay.
eight
Might wanna
troops that just
Someone
moved.
to be the Sirith, but everyone's kind of far away.
So let's see. Well, it looks like we can have some fun here.
Yeah.
I think I can complete that objective because I have 3 friendship now in Rivendell, and there's 2 of us present. So I could do that with Merry and Pippin, and then Eowyn could start knocking heads down. And
Yeah.
all right, let's do this. So I'm going to attain the blessing of the elves. So spend my token. Spend these. So we got one of our objectives done. And did we get some
Okay,
hope out of the
so
deal?
that
I think
shows-
we did.
Yep, we got 1 hope for completing the objective.
Okay, then I'm going to
Okay.
switch to Eowyn, and then I'm going to go ahead and attack in Isengard.
Yeah, each player with a character in Rivendell also got friendship because they're kind of having a Council of Elrond, and
So I'm going to go ahead and roll 3 dice. I can roll up to 3 dice, but I'm feeling pretty good about this roll because we got Eowyn there, and we got Aragorn. Okay, so that could be worse because Eowyn is there when you roll one of those Nazgul symbols. Because because no living man am I. She can actually take out a Nazgul when she rolls that. So,
okay.
Pretty happy about that actually.
yeah, she's the only character that can remove Nazgul from the game entirely.
Oh, nice.
And then I don't know. I feel like let me look at my ring card. I was thinking I might reroll. Oh, it's a Misty Mountains card. No, I'm not gonna reroll. Okay,
So does that mean she can actually take out the Nazgul that's in the Misty Mountains?
I think she
right
just
now?
did.
Oh,
Yeah.
she just did. Nice.
And then we lose 1 Rohirrim out of the deal.
Okay.
So that it was a mixed bag.
Yeah.
But I can do it again.
Because they've still got 4 troops too.
Yeah, and we have what, 2 in there, I think?
Yeah, we've got 2 plus
Yep.
Aragorn and Arwen.
All right, I'm gonna try again here. We're gonna roll again. Okay, not great. I want to re-roll that. I think I'm gonna re-roll the loss of the 1 troop. Oops.
Yeah, and
which one is that? What's the different icons we've got here? We've got I see. Overrun, remove 1 friendly troop, or exchange. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna re-roll that
and
spend that.
both of you have the potential to spend resistance to reroll dice if you want.
There we go.
Oh,
That's what I was
that's
looking
great.
for. Because we rolled that
good job.
result is really great with Aragorn. So instead of removing 1 shadow troop, we remove 2 when we roll.
Nice. Okay.
So instead of losing 1, they're losing 2, which I felt like a good. Yeah.
That's a good swing.
Yeah.
I like that.
And now what do we got left in there?
1.
1 versus 1.
We have 2. Oh wait.
Yeah, I think it's just 1v1.
Yeah.
What? But I have more actions. So I'm gonna go 1 more time here.
Yeah.
This is quite a battle.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we're overthrowing Isengard, so.
Yeah. Oh man, this is awful.
Jeez.
I don't know. You could reroll that, but I
So-
think maybe we should save the rings because we need to get 5
because
to
we've
Frodo.
got to get 5 to him.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that was a bummer.
If
What
only
is-
the Ents
what
were
is
helping out in
the-
this battle like they did in the books.
Right? Oh
Yeah.
man.
There's an event card for the Ents to help out in the as one of the
Yeah, for
possibilities
sure.
you can
We did
draw.
not draw
Okay.
the Ents in time.
Oh man.
I'm gonna
Okay.
travel back here where I can get some more Rohirrim. You want to come with me, Aragorn?
Yes, I think we should. Well, we weakened them.
I'd
We
hope for
lost
better.
a
I
lot
mean,
of, yeah.
We took one Nazgul out, I guess. Is
Yeah,
good,
we did
but
take a Nazgul out, so there's
Yeah.
only 8 left, which is good.
just 8. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So
Skies
this is a
Dark.
Skies Darken card. What this does is it increases that threat rate, and we've been saving the explanation of that. The threat rate is the number of shadow cards you draw each round. That's
Oh.
gradually going to increase over time.
Oh god.
And every time we draw one of these cards, of which there are 4 or 5, we're going to add 3 shadow troops to an area.
Oh my god.
And then it shuffles up all the cards in the discard pile and puts them on top of the draw pile for the shadow deck. So all the places that were hit before are going to get hit again.
Hit again. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So here we go. Buckle up.
All right.
Here they come. Well, it's
Moria
a good
to
thing.
Erebor.
It's a good thing
Oh.
that Kevin did that sure shot because now the Woodland Realm is under siege. So we're having a
Battle in the
there.
Woodland Realm. Oh man. Okay.
Okay, no Nazgul there, so we're fine. They're continuing their battle. All right. I think we'll just go ahead and. Oh, now they've moved on past the Woodland Realm. They're going into Erebor.
Oh wow.
Now there's a battle in Erebor. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so that would have lost a friendly troop, but they're in a haven, so they're okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you scroll all the way to the top, you can see the dice.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well that was exciting.
All right. Okay, so now I can either play as Arwen or Aragorn.
Right.
Let's see here. Oh, I can muster with Arwen.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're kind of short on
You could create an army to help defend the north.
Yeah. Okay. So should I do something with Aragorn before I do that or after?
I don't know what Aragorn could create a Rohirrim down there with friendship.
Oh, he can.
Yeah.
Oh, with friendship. Okay. And I do have 3 friendship.
Mhm.
So we could like build up more army and then
yeah, and then my
take
turn.
another take another crack at Isengard.
Right.
Okay. So maybe I'll do a bit of both.
You also have a Dale card, a ring card. So at some point, I don't think it makes sense to do it right away. You could try to.
Oh, I can
that ring
hand
card
that off.
over to Legolas or something like that.
As Frodo, I need 5 ring cards. I've currently got 2, so we'll probably need to make some trades later in the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. For now, we've got Arwen. And that was that muster? Yes. Okay. All right. And then I've got 3 more actions, so I could do. Gosh, I could muster up to 3 with Aragorn. Is it kind of smart to hold on to some of the friendship things? Probably.
It can be. I was going to say that Eowyn can muster Rohirrim for free, so maybe just do one. And I can do.
Okay. Maybe I'll muster.
You can make some elves
more.
with Eowyn because they're free for you.
With Arwen.
Sorry, with Arwen. Yeah, I've got Eowyn.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Switch to Aragorn.
And the eye is with.
It says I'll lose 1 action. Or no. Because I can do 4 with Arwen. Yeah. Okay, I see. Okay, I'm just gonna muster it.
Okay, all right.
We're gonna
It's a little dangerous that the eye is still with Frodo, but we just drew a Skies Darken, so it's probably okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are no Nazgul in the area, so we can hope it'll be fine.
Yeah,
but
well, it's gonna be all right.
a lot of times you can try to have someone with Frodo move him out of the region or start a battle somewhere to distract the eye whenever the game states like this.
All right.
Looks good.
There we go.
You basically just built an army.
I'm
great.
just getting soldiers.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I have to draw cards, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Draw cards. Okay, so I got 2 more ring cards.
Oh, okay. So we got to get those to
Heck yeah.
heaven
Okay.
somehow.
Yeah.
Okay, Frodo might want to go to Rohan now because I see one of them is a Rohan card.
Umbar to Helm's Deep. Battle in Pelargir. Ooh, that doesn't look like it's gonna go well. Okay.
It's not. Yeah, could be worse.
Okay. Next shadow card. The Drums of War.
So Sauron's amassing forces in
Ooh.
Mordor.
Hmm.
I'm actually starting to get a little nervous, Kevin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that
man.
Drums of War card is one of 2 special shadow cards that started the game in the discard pile, and they represent what Sauron and the other one, Saruman, are doing to cause problems for us.
Yikes.
So
okay.
there are a few different things I was considering doing this turn. One of them is I know at some point we need to capture Isengard, and I was considering maybe trying to trade one of my 2 Valor cards with someone like Arwen or Merry and Pippin up in Rudar by babysitting Legolas over there or Frodo. But now that you've drawn those 2 resistance cards and one of them's a Rohan resistance card, I think I want Frodo to head to Rohan so he can trade for that card soon.
How are you going to get there? It's a bit of a circuitous.
That's
Yeah, I'm going to head to the Brown Lands.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I'll bring the elf with me. Glorfindel is Frodo's buddy.
Yeah.
Then I can
so if you've ever wondered, people, what would happen if Glorfindel went on the journey, we're going to answer it. We're going to find out.
Yeah. And a nice thing about this movement I'm doing right now through Rovanian is there are no Nazgul over there. There are no shadow troops I'm walking past, so I don't have to worry about spending stealth to avoid searches. I just Frodo just gets to have a leisurely stroll through Rovanian.
So you're going to end in East Emnet? Is that the idea?
I could head to Helm's Deep.
Okay, and then Aragorn could head over and give you the Rohan card. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think I'll bring at least one of these troops along with me, but I'll keep one. I'm just worried about these 3 troops in Fangorn Forest now. They might head down to.
True.
Yeah. And it can be helpful to have a single troop defending a location so that a battle happens when the shadow troops move in. Then Legolas will just gain a free stealth token again. But I want to get him moving soon. But priority's been Frodo.
He's just hanging with his dad.
Yeah, and there's still a lot of shadow troops that are nearby that might come this way. All right. Oh, I drew an event card we might want to use later. Gifts from the Elves. And this lets us choose any player to gain a symbol token of their choice. So an extra friendship or a valor. And it's kind of like the moment when Galadriel is giving gifts to the members of the Fellowship when they meet with her in Lorien.
Got it.
So first card, reinforcing.
Rune.
Yep.
3 Nazgul.
Okay.
Have fun, Legolas.
Yeah, they might make the battles in Mirkwood harder.
Near Harad.
Wow.
Oh, 3 more Nazgul to the eye.
Sauron really wants to take the Woodland realm down.
All right, so we've got 5 Nazgul in Mirkwood, 1 in
It's 6
Eriador.
now.
Oh, 6, and then one
Yeah.
in Eriador, 6 in Mirkwood. Okay.
Yeah, and the reason there was a pause there is whenever there's a tie for what group you should be sending the Nazgul to, whoever's turn it is chooses. So I was
Oh,
looking, I
okay.
could have chosen to take the one from Rudar, Eriador, or Gondor. I picked the Rudar
Gotcha.
one because we have some people there.
Okay.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna, unless you guys have any better ideas, I'll keep trying to hammer on Isengard.
Yeah.
That'll keep the eye.
Do it.
Well, it'll be all right. The eye will into the Misty Mountains because Frodo's in
Yeah.
Rohan.
I do have 3 Valor cards again, so Frodo could help capture Isengard.
Ridiculous. Okay, so I think does it make sense to leave Aragorn behind, or if you're gonna do that
'Cause-
card exchange in Rohan?
Well, because I can travel to him, right?
That's
Like,
true. Yeah,
we
maybe
could
you
go
come
take
along.
it, and then I could travel a couple times and get over to him,
Sure.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and I'll muster once, and then I'm gonna travel up north. And I'll bring everybody. We'll do a battle. I'm gonna just attack with 1, I think, because if I mess up, you can always add a Valor, a sword, in order to take out 1 Shadow Troop.
Okay. Battle in Isengard.
Okay, so that took out 1 of each.
Okay.
I think that. Oh yeah. I've got 1 action left. How about I just move everybody back down? I'll leave the troop so that someone can, so that Frodo and Glorfindel can capture, I guess.
Okay.
Oops, I think I misclicked. No, here we go. Here we go. Everything's fine. Move down there.
So what's it take to capture a location? Like, because we just defeated all the troops. So what's the
You need to
difference
have 3 Valor, which happens to be
Oh.
what Kevin has. He was
Yes,
mentioning that,
okay.
which is,
So you spend those 3 Valor cards
yeah,
to capture the
to
location.
secure
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you
Got
need
it.
at least 1 friendly troop with you.
Yes. Okay.
And then I think I can prepare, or I could do some loyal friend. I don't think I have any cards that are worth passing anybody right now. So I think I'll just get another friendship. And then I'm
Okay.
done. So let's see what the baddies are up to here.
Oh.
Okay, it looks like Minas Tirith is under assault.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Oh no. Minas Tirith has been captured. So you can see how bad those
Wow.
those Nazgul can be in battles. I wasn't
Our
expecting
hope.
that.
Did it just say hope decreases by 3?
Yeah, we now have 4 hope left. We gotta turn it on here.
I think we were at
Yeah.
4. I think we're down to 1 now.
Are we really? No, we're down to 4. We got some back when we captured.
When
Moria.
we captured places. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the objective we completed also gave us 1 hope. Yeah, and like we theoretically could have gotten the Minas Tirith if we used that Lembas event card to gain some extra
Yeah, I mean, if
actions
I was
moving.
more on the ball, thinking about what might have happened with that Nazgul, then okay.
But yeah,
Right.
when the Nazgul comes up in a role that no one characters are in, that's rough.
Oh man. Okay.
The Nazgul's a 1 in 6 chance on the die. So
Okay, so I feel like I should do more with like Aragorn's in more of a problem area. Well, I guess I could start moving with Arwen. She's got a nice army with her.
It's true. Yeah, do you want to defend the north, pass a card with Aragorn to Frodo, or I mean, there's a lot of things he could do. I'm not sure what's the right answer. Is anyone else starting to get more swords? Because it would be nice to get Minas Tirith back.
Yeah. I have 2 friendship cards and 3 ring cards.
Yeah, you could pass the Rohan card to Frodo with Aragorn.
Okay,
Because you're
with
both in
Aragorn.
Rohan. That would be good,
Okay.
I think.
All right. And that is what's the
For swords, I have
Fellowship.
the Gift of the Elves event card, so we could use that to give someone an extra valor at some point.
Yeah, like if you gave me another one, I just need one more then. Maybe I'll draw one.
okay? And then how do I pass a card? What is that called?
Oh, that's called Fellowship.
Fellowship. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
Okay. So how many rings you got now? Oh, I think you passed it to the wrong person.
Oh,
yeah.
what?
Yeah, you passed
Why
it
don't you
to
cancel?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You
Alright,
can
so
pass it to
first
me
we
right now because
need-
you're with Eowyn, but you want to go to Frodo, so you'd have to move to
Yeah.
Helm's Deep.
Oh, I had to move there first. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. Whew. Almost screwed that up. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Does Eowyn want to travel with or stay where she's at?
Yeah, I'll come along.
Okay.
I might go to try to beat up some shadow troops down in Gondor.
Okay. All right. And then do Fellowship.
And if you
Oh,
give
right
that
here.
to Kate Ellenberg.
All right.
Thank you.
There we go.
Kevin's got 3 rings now.
Okay. He's got 3. Yep.
Mhm.
So I've got 2 actions left with Aragorn.
Well, you could pick up the troop in East Emnet, maybe. How's your hand doing?
I can.
You're doing okay card wise.
Yeah, I can muster.
You could muster, yeah.
And just spend one of these guys, or should I spend the token?
I would spend a card before the token, I think.
Okay.
Because you got a hand limit.
All right. So there we go.
If you want to move down to Edoras and bring me, then I can try to defend Gondor a little bit.
Okay.
On my turn.
All right. Let's travel to Edoras. Who all should we take with us? Frodo and Sam are going to try to.
Do you want to go with Kevin, or are you going to go up to Isengard?
Yeah, I think I should stay here just in case I need to do the capture action.
Okay. Should we take the 2 Rohirrim with us then?
Sure.
Okay.
It can also be nice just to keep a character in a haven in case shadow troops head there to start a battle, because then they can spend resistance and valor to help in the fight.
Okay. So I can't move across the mountains because I don't have one of the cloak cards.
Oh, okay. You could move us all down to Holland, and I could bring the army over, because I have a ring I could spend.
Okay.
Or I could go through Moria as well with friendship.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
I probably want to use the friendship actually.
Oh shoot. Oh gosh. I just accidentally exited out of the game.
It's all right.
Hold on a second.
You got a game and you'll be fine.
Let's okay, there we go. We'll get that back up. All right. Let's travel. Go to Holland. And should we take everybody?
Maybe leave one elf behind.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, let's not leave
that army in Dublin hasn't moved yet, but it might.
All right. There we go. Draw cards. Oh, I got a Skies Darkened. Dang it!
Well, fortunately, the eye wasn't with Frodo, so that's good. If you draw one of those cards when the eye is with Frodo, you get 2 to spare.
Okay, so the threat rate has moved up. What does that?
Yeah, now we're drawing 3 of those bad cards every round.
Oh my gosh.
Also, all the cards we just saw are going to come back up again.
What? Oh.
It'll be fine.
Wow.
We've got one objective done. We're about to do another one. And then
oh, now they're going to Umbar to Helm's Deep.
We just don't want them in Rohan right now because that'll mess with our objective.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew. Near Harad to Helm's Deep.
Okay.
Okay. Well, they're
fine.
far away.
That's
That's
fine.
not bad.
Yeah,
That's not
we
bad.
like that one.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna have a battle in Erebor again, and there's no Nazgul there, so that should be okay. Okay.
The dwarves win.
Oh, the dwarves won.
Dwarves held Erebor.
Away, dwarves. Way to defend. Okay.
All right. So now I think I should capture Isengard.
You should totally do it. Yeah.
Yes.
This is unusual to say the least, but yeah, you're generally not doing this.
Frodo's capturing everyone.
Yeah.
It's a bit troublesome because there are Nazgul there. I'm gonna have to spend stealth to roll the search.
But you can come back to Rohan. It'll be
Oh,
right. You do have to do that. Yeah.
But I got the stealth thanks to Legolas has been helping a lot. With
Somebody's got to build up some stealth if we're ever gonna make it in the Mordor.
Yeah, I keep having
the paths
to
in
spend
Mordor is they're not good.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna keep Glorfindel with me just because it's fun to have. He's been my companion for most of this journey.
Yeah. It would be great if Frodo and Sam and Glorfindel were the ones to go in and destroy the ring.
All right, let's capture.
Let's. Okay.
And we completed objective too. So I think you get a ring out of the deal, right?
Yeah, I get a ring token. Whoever completes this gets a ring token. So that was actually good that I was the player to do it.
Doubly good. Yeah. Okay.
And with my last action, I've distracted the eyes over here, very upset about what happened in Isengard. And I'm
get out of there. Yeah.
Then Legolas will get me another stealth token.
Okay.
So two objectives down, right?
All right.
Yep.
So okay.
We're going to need to get and for objectives, we need to get a large group of friendly troops in North Ithilien to attack the Black Gate, and we gotta get further to Mount Doom.
Okay.
All right, I have ideas. Oh, we have to survive these though.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Drums of War.
We still have 13 shadow troops in the supply. If that ever runs out, things get pretty bad.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we lose a hope for each shadow troop we cannot place on the map. So we will need to attack before.
That is a really big army in Mirkwood.
Yeah. Rune
I think Legolas has to stay in Woodland Realm this game.
So in order to complete the next objective, we need 3 people of Gondor, 2 Rohirrim, and 2 elves, right, in North Ithilien. We could start working on that potentially.
Yeah.
Like Merry and Pippin could start leading Arwen
and the elves
south with the elves, and then pick up the Rohirrim, and then I don't know.
I don't know how we're getting captured. Oh my gosh!
But
we've got a couple in Dol Amroth.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Or we could retake Minas Tirith, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's suffice to say, I think I'd just start marching the elves down through Rohan.
Yeah.
And then
that sounds good.
Just maybe Eowyn makes another Rohirrim and she joins along the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then they could just stay put there. Okay. All right. I think it's a plan. So
I just really hope those Dunland shadow troops end up heading south instead of north whenever they move.
Yeah. Well, it'll take them a while to get there, though.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna travel. Do you want to come along with Arwen?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And then, what about Frodo and Sam? Do you guys want to come along too?
If you're heading to Helm's Deep, that'd be great.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, big party.
So we did not have a battle there with the shadow troops.
That's right. You can. The fields are wide enough that you can maneuver around.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely tried it the other way, and it was decidedly less fun. So
Mm.
yeah.
So it's really like when you get to those key locations where the battles kind of go down.
Well, the shadow troops will always attack you when they move, but
Oh, I see.
you as players have agency. You can decide whether you basically get
okay.
to pick your battles as the players, but the shadow troops
Yeah.
always attack. Is kind of how that
Okay.
works.
Got it.
All right. I mean, I could do Limbus if we wanted to attack in Gondor, but I don't know if that's necessary.
We've got a nice party of
Yeah, we got a lot of
nice
people there.
big party
I think
here.
we're probably
Yeah,
gonna want to
I
split
like
the party
this.
before too long, but so I think we'll just go ahead and draw some cards.
Okay. You just got Council of Elrond.
Oh yeah.
Move any number of characters to Rivendell. You may not bring troops with you. Do not roll a search.
Okay. If anyone wants to go back north to defend Rivendell, that can be handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be helpful if the shadow troops do move north and start
Right.
causing problems up there.
Okay.
But I didn't draw a sword, unfortunately.
Reinforce Moria.
So that does not happen because we captured
Oh, because we captured it. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the better things. So
All right.
Frodo is what in Rohan?
Yes.
Let's start
So-
trying to clear out the Misty Mountains. Or sorry, Mirkwood, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, the shadow card instructed to move 2 Nazgul closer to Frodo.
Mm.
I should have taken 2 out of Mirkwood. Oh well. And the eye is in.
Oh.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
Okay, I moved the Nazgul out of Rohan.
Yeah, I like that. So many
choices.
cards.
They do not want to
Even more troops in Minas Tirith.
Yeah, they don't want to let that
Oh
go.
my gosh. Okay. All right. So it's my turn. Aragorn or Arwen?
And they're both in the same location now, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I could give you your 5th ring if I move us to Helm's Deep.
Yeah, I think going back to Helm's Deep to do that trade would be great.
Helm's Deep? Is that right? You have Ravanian and Dale,
Yeah.
don't you?
Well, but if I'm at a haven with Arwen,
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right.
I can use it and it doesn't have to match.
That's true, yeah.
Okay.
Good idea.
So I'll do okay. So let's do Arwen.
Maybe bring a troop too, because I probably shouldn't have emptied that.
All right. We'll bring a Rohirrim, and Frodo and Sam are the yellow, right?
That's right.
All right. Travel there. And then let's see here. Was that Fellowship?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fellowship. Okay. And I will do. I'll give you the Dale one because we're pretty darn far from Dale. That's not happening. Okay.
All right, so I now have all of the resistance I need to destroy the ring in Mount Doom.
Cool.
All right. And what else can I do with Arwen here? What's the when she musters at what's the green circle?
In Elven.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not an Elven location.
Right.
Okay.
You could make a Rohirrim with the friendship. How many actions you got left? 2?
2.
Do you have any stealth, by the way? You do. I
I do have one.
I had an idea.
Okay.
If you moved back to Edoras, you could spend the stealth to travel the paths of the dead.
Oh.
And bring the whole army down there, and then we could get some Gondor troops down.
Gondorians. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
down in Myrmidon.
do it. Okay.
Well, if we do travel down that, okay.
Oh, do you want to go down there, Frodo?
Is that not a good idea?
Maybe, but I'd rather stay in Helm's Deep to prepare some cards.
Yeah, I think you got a
Okay.
you got a ton of cards.
So I'll leave you there with a soldier.
Sounds good.
Okay. And then
I would definitely leave at least one behind.
from
troop behind. Yeah.
from Edoras. Okay.
I don't know. Like how much stuff do we have in there? You could probably leave an elf behind.
Okay. So take 3 Rohirrim.
Yeah.
And Eowyn and Aragorn.
Yeah.
What about Merry and Pippin?
I would definitely take some elves too.
Oh yeah. How many elves should we take?
I would just leave one behind.
Leave one.
We need to have a pretty big army in the
yeah. What about Merry and Pippin? Should we take them?
What do Merry and Pippin want to do? Yeah, take them as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tricky one because sometimes it's nice to have them close to Frodo. So they have
leave them behind. They could. Yeah, I've got a lot of friendship. I can sing a song with Frodo, and we can regain some hope.
Okay. All right.
I forgot about that. That's a good idea, Kevin.
All right. There we go. Yep. Bam. Okay. All right. Now Aragorn can either travel or fellowship.
Maybe go down to Lamedon?
Yeah, might as well travel.
How do you pronounce that one?
Oh, I just covered it up with the character, so I can't see.
Yeah. There is the hide tokens button on the top right if you want to see the map again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but now it's covered up with the...
Oh, the indicator that you just moved there, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and now I need to draw cards.
I think that was a pretty good turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a stealth one. That's nice. Okay. All right. Oh, gosh. Here we go. Shadow cards.
It's interesting that Arwen's met up with Aragorn here in Gondor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arwen's character abilities kind of help her be useful, even if she just stays in Rivendell, like she typically does for most of the story. But like, it's also nice to see her moving around the board too.
Well, and now we've got the the love triangle like playing out.
Oh right, yeah.
A little bit. Okay, so I guess I can choose which Nazgul to deploy to the eye.
Yeah, whenever there's a tie on which ones to move.
I would definitely take the one out of Gondor because it makes
that's
the battles down there nastier.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Oh, I guess you have to make the decision again.
So Mirkwood too, because there might be battles in the Woodland Realm coming up.
There you go. Okay, they're all in Misty Mountain.
Yeah, it just took all of them.
They're super pissed off about Isengard.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Next shadow card. Reinforce Moria, which doesn't happen. Yes. All right. Reinforce Dol Guldur. Ooh, okay. Dol Guldur's entering the chat here. Okay.
All right. So
you're just gonna prepare
lots of options. I think I want Frodo and Sam just to prepare this Rohan card you passed me, because that makes their Elrond support power kick in again. I prepare the card in its region, so Elrond is helping out. I gained a friendship.
Okay.
He's exerting his influence to communicate with people in Rohan to help Frodo. Then I'm going to do 4 actions with Legolas this turn.
Okay.
So switching to Legolas, I will walk silently to gain a stealth. I'll prepare this, probably this Dale card. And this triggers a power that Legolas has, Keen Sight. Once per turn when Legolas prepares, we can take a peek at what the top card of the shadow deck is that's coming.
Oh.
So we can see...
we can see it here.
Dunlin's going to advance towards Rivendell. So those troops are heading north.
Okay.
Well, they've got to take kind of a roundabout
it'll take them a while.
So that's good.
Yeah, so we should have time to... And we have that Council of Elrond event to send someone up there if we need to.
It'll be all right.
Mm-hmm. Whoop. There we go.
Yep. And then I'm just going to prepare more cards to empty out my hand a bit, because there's a max hand size of 7. It hasn't come up yet, but if you have to draw past that, you're forced to discard cards.
Yeah.
that's it for me.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Sky's darkened.
Oh no. Far bad. Okay, that's not great.
so we're still drawing 3, but the next
Yeah, we're
step
still
is
drawing
drawing
3.
4.
Next time that card comes up, we'll be drawing 4. That's
Oh
not a
my
good time.
gosh.
And even more troops to attack the north.
Ah! This dang discard pile being reshuffled, man. Woo!
Yeah,
That's
Legolas is feeling a little nervous, I bet.
yeah.
Yeah, here they come. Oh god.
Advanced.
I was
Very
gonna say,
nervous.
maybe you want to make a troop, Kevin, but
Oh, you know what? I fully intended to make a troop with one of my Legolas actions, and I just forgot that I intended to do that.
Legolas.
Oh, geez.
Legolas might die in this one, guys.
What event cards do? Okay, the event cards
do we have anything good?
don't help us too
I've got the
much
Council
with
of Elrond.
this.
That's not helping.
Yeah.
Got Limbus, which is not helping. Yeah.
I'm debating if I should sure shot some of these troops, but it's 7. I'm not sure how much it's
Yeah.
gonna help.
Now keep the stealth for Mordor. You gotta keep your
Yeah.
eye on the prize, right?
Woodland Realm might fall though.
It might, but we can have a song and everything will be fine.
I think it's falling right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
here it comes. Ah.
Oh, man. Okay.
Where are those arrows
it was a
showing?
reinforce. It was the bottom
Okay.
part of the
Yeah.
card. They didn't move.
Yeah, it's strange that
They
the
were-
arrows are showing on Mirkwood. Maybe that's a bug.
Yeah, that might be a bug.
They had a reinforced Moria pop up, but that's really bailed us out. The fact that we captured Moria.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. They're moving out of Fanghorn into Rohan.
Oh,
And
no.
I think it was just showing the arrows from last time still.
Oh,
It
from when
didn't
you
remove
peeked at
them
the
yet.
card, yeah. Oh, that was bloody.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, geez.
Okay. All right. Well, that happened. Okay, so what do we got
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Is there a way to decrease the threat rate, or is that just...
No.
Oh, man.
You read the books, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I think Eowyn could muster 3 Gondor troops where she's at, and then just start making her way to North Ithilien, maybe.
I mean, there were some old rules we tried way earlier in Dev where there was a way to lower the threat, but it required doing something very specific that almost never happens.
That breaks like a cardinal rule for my games, though. I just don't want
Yeah.
I want that to be like a one-way journey. Okay, so we could either have a song, or I can just get ready to have a song. I think it probably makes sense to also draw the eye away from Frodo, right? So maybe I do a mixture of mustering Gondor troops and attacking in Gondor. So it could be like muster, move, attack, and then I'll just move Merry and Pippin over to Frodo so we could have a song on a future turn, I think.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm
gonna leave the
forward to
troop.
song.
I think I'm gonna leave the troop behind there. Let's see. I can't quite tell if let me hide the tokens real quick.
Yeah. So
No, I'll bring the troop with.
That's Glorfindel, pretty sure.
Yeah, I'll bring the troop with. Oops. Shoot, I misclicked. Let's see. Let me undo. Okay, here we go. All right, that's done.
Yeah,
and
let's
then
not leave Glorfindel by himself.
We're gonna muster with this one. Oops. Oh shoot, I'm so sorry guys. I forgot to switch over.
Oh, you forgot to switch your character?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're okay. Okay, now I want to switch over to Eowyn. I'm getting all excited. All right, so I'm gonna muster one. Oh, the problem, I guess, with mustering a lot is that I won't be able to have a song.
Oh.
Anybody want to come along? I still think, but I can generate one next turn if we want to do it. So it's okay.
Yeah, so Merry and Pippin are just good at getting friendship, so we'll be okay.
All right. I think everybody's coming along. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll battle to mostly just to attract the eye. So I'm just gonna roll 1 die.
Mm.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
And then let's see. So there's no shadow troops there right now, right? Did I clean them out? Yeah.
I think so.
So I don't think I want to. That's tricky. I think we do need more Gondor troops, right? So
Yeah, we do.
maybe it makes more sense to make the Gondor troops than it does to do the song.
Hmm.
Yeah, if we get really lucky, you'll draw more friendship cards too.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just do
Now, would it,
another muster.
on my
then.
turn, would I
Yeah.
be able to muster?
Yeah,
take
you would. We still need we need 3 of them though. So
Mm.
we only have
Yeah,
one.
we need quite a bit.
So I'm gonna go ahead and muster.
Okay.
Okay, so we have all the troops we need in order to challenge Sauron now.
Okay. As long as we don't lose anybody.
As long as we don't lose any, yeah.
Yeah,
If the
and-
Madoon march out, that could be real bad.
That it's been devastating a lot of times playing this game of, oh, I have all the troops. Oh no, they got attacked.
Okay, there's still 7 in the supply. And they're marching on.
Oh. Hey, they left Minas Tirith open.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
They're marching on Helm's Deep though, which isn't great.
That's not ideal. Nirn just got reinforcements. Okay. All right. So now it's my turn. Aragorn or Arwen? Or Aragorn or Aragorn or Arwen.
Yeah. I think you could challenge Sauron now if you wanted to.
Okay. Is there
move up to North Ithilien and spend an action?
Yeah. Would that? Okay. And that brings all his troops up there.
Yeah, up to Dune.
Okay. Is there any desire to recapture Minas Tirith first, or I guess
that would be good to get our
hope is
despair in better shape, but
We're
it's
at
not terrible
six.
shape right now.
We don't have the valor we need because we only have.
Oh right, we need 3 valor.
Someone needs 3, and we have 2 people who have 1.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and I drew a conflicting orders thing, so I can I can spend that to move all the shadow troops from one location to adjacent locations.
Yeah.
That might be handy, like in Mirkwood.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
should we just
move them to Lake Town? Move them over to Lake Town or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Southern Mirkwood.
Southern Mirkwood would be good too.
Yeah.
Or Southern Mirkwood. Yeah.
Yeah, because in Lake Town they might still attack Erebor.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. So should I just travel with Aragorn then? Like move up to North Ithilien?
Yeah, we could accomplish that objective. Then we just need to get Frodo into Mordor to destroy the ring.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's give this a shot here. What's the worst that could happen? Okay. So take everybody, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Confirm travel. We got quite the troop here. Okay. And there we go. Okay. And now do I have to... Okay. I have one more move left with Aragorn.
I don't see what are we forgetting?
Oh, are there only 2 Gondor troops?
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, you have to muster once first.
Oh,
I think you can undo.
Yeah.
try undo again.
Undo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, we need to
Okay.
muster at least one Gondor troop first.
Okay. Can I do that with Aragorn? I can, can't I?
I think
Yeah,
if
we
you
got the
have
friendship.
a friendship, yeah.
Okay. Muster.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. So now we should be good.
Yeah, you should be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for undo.
Yeah.
All right.
It was my #1 feature request.
All right. Travel. All right.
So I think now Arwen's going to be the one challenging Sauron.
Yeah. Challenge Sauron.
Okay.
Whoa, look at that. 16.
How many are in there? 16. Okay.
Woo. Okay.
Yeah, and that's why in the physical game, the shadow troops are like the tiniest troops, so that when
Yeah.
this happens, you can get them all in there.
All right. Draw
I was going to
card.
suggest maybe playing that event card.
The
Which one?
Conflicting Orders event?
Yeah, Conflicting Orders.
Yeah, because Woodland Realm is looking dicey.
Okay. So do I have to do something for that?
I think you hit the play event card button on the top.
Yeah,
there.
you can either play event card or you can
okay.
ask another player for them to play the event.
Okay. So let me move the map here. Okay. So Conflicting Orders, you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
And then you can decide, you click on the Old Forest Road army there.
Yep.
And you can decide where you want to put them. Yeah.
You think Southern Mirkwood?
I think Southern Mirkwood or Karok are about the same. I'm not sure which one would be better, but just farther away from Woodland Realm and Erebor.
I guess I'll do Southern Mirkwood in case. Is there a chance of Carrick going to? No, they can't go.
No,
through
they can't go that way. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll throw them all in Carrick.
Yeah, let's. Oh, did it only take one?
Yeah, you can decide
each
one of them in different places.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. Should I split them up?
You know what? It might be nice to split them up a bit.
Yeah, put one in Lake Town for sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that seems good.
Okay. All right. Now we'll draw my cards. I got a stealth and a what's the swords again?
Valor.
Valor. Okay, and now we draw 3 shadow cards. Oh gosh, here we go. Whew. All right. Reinforce Moria. Yes.
Our favorite card.
I love that one.
That early Moria capture has been really paying off.
Okay, Nazgul to the Eye. I can either have them come from Misty Mountains or Gondor. They're gonna go in Ithilien.
I don't think it matters a whole lot, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe Gondor in case they. I don't know. Yeah, not sure it matters.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh, that was only one shadow card.
Okay, here comes the one troop.
Rune to the Woodland Realm. Oh dear.
You can usually defend against one without too much trouble if there's no Nazgul.
Battle in Erebor.
Oh, okay. Well, the battle continues.
Yeah. All right. And near Harad to Helm's Deep. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
we're good. Nice. Okay. Whew, we survived that. Okay.
All right, Kevin, you just need to get to Mordor. No problem.
Yeah, I'm debating if I should do some actions with Legolas to get more troops over there too.
Yeah,
that's the tricky part.
Getting some stealth would be good with him too for Frodo to use.
Yeah,
you just don't want to wait too long because the clock's ticking.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's the tension this turn. I could do 4 actions with Legolas to get another stealth and add more troops there, or 4 with Frodo so I can get moving.
I don't know how Frodo is getting to Mordor. Is he going through the Paths of the Dead and then the southerly route?
I think so. It's really frustrating that there's Nazgul in Gondor and in Rohan, but at least it's
And
only
that
one
large
Nazgul in
army
Gondor.
west of
Yeah,
Minas Tirith is not great.
yeah. So, okay, we'll do. And yeah, we don't have any other events that are going to be helpful. Okay. I'm also thinking on your next turn, if Merry and Pippin could help Frodo get moving, that would be helpful.
Yeah, I can also give us a song, which is good.
Yeah.
And I can spend the 1 stealth to get us across.
We do have the Limbus where the current player can do
Yeah.
2 more actions. With
This might be a good turn for it because that would help me do a little bit of mustering in Woodland Realm and still get Frodo and Sam moving.
How are we going to get you out of here? I could distract those 2 Nazgul away from you.
Oh, yeah. We haven't used that distract power, and that could be really helpful this turn. So Merry and Pippin have a power to distract, which is like when Pippin is gazing into the Palantir stone he finds, and it moves Nazgul to Merry and Pippin's region. So if you can move the Gondor Nazgul to Rohan, I can then take the Path of the Dead.
Yeah. Then maybe I move you into Edoras with my stealth.
Yeah, I'm thinking of walking the Path of the Dead this turn.
You are.
Head towards.
You have the stealth though. I mean, you have to get into Mordor. It's going to be really expensive.
Yeah, I have 3 right now. I'm gonna get another one with Legolas, and maybe you have a Gondor stealth card you can trade with me if we go to Gondor together.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
So I'll start off by traveling to Rohan. Merry and Pippin coming with?
I guess so. If I want to give us a song next turn, I want to be with you.
Yeah, but we might need to leave the troops here because there's bye Glorfindel.
Right.
Okay. And then I'll spend the stealth to avoid this. Maybe it's 3 dice. I think I should spend the stealth. I'm just nervous because I am running low on stealth.
How much friendship you got?
I have 1.
Okay. I would roll, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I should have maybe rolled. All right, so now I'm walking the Path of the Dead. Merry and Pippin, do you want to come along?
Yes, please.
And spend the stealth for that.
Oh, I wonder. I should have done the distract right before you did that.
Oh, beforehand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to do that?
At this point, I'll just roll the 1 die. Okay. But yeah, before the next action, I'll.
Ooh. Okay. Do you want to?
I can re-roll it. I want the friendship to muster in Woodland Realm, so I will re-roll this die. Great.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Now, if you can...
I can't distract. I'm in the same location as you. But you can take the Gondor card from me.
Oh, yeah, we can't distract anymore. Okay.
Or I can use the... Yeah. It's tricky.
Yep.
We'll get there.
Yeah, I should... But yeah, we should stop for the distraction.
It's fine. It's fine.
Now, do we want to do the Limbus with either Frodo and Sam or Legolas?
I think we might still want to, yeah. And first I'm going to finish these actions. So I'm going here. We're going to roll 1 die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
hey,
great.
there you go.
Yeah. All right.
And now,
maybe you save the Limbus for the final turn with Frodo and Sam.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah. We just have to. Here, I have to decide between gaining a stealth or mustering a troop here, and I think the stealth is more important, unfortunately.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I could also maybe spend some of the stealth shooting arrows at these troops,
No,
but
it's not
I
gonna
think
work.
we need it. We need it for Frodo.
We
Quiver's
need
not
it.
that big.
Yeah.
All right, so you're up to how many stealth now?
I'm at
You
4.
got
Four
4.
is pretty
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. That gift from the elves.
That could be
Select
another
any
stealth, right?
one symbol token and supply it and give it to any player.
Yeah.
That
There
could
are
be
a lot
nice.
of things we could possibly use for that, but it's going to be
Yeah.
helpful whenever we do use it. Okay, select 2 Nazgul to move. I'll move them out of Ithilien because that's probably where Frodo's heading
Yeah.
next.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, they're
Rune
all
just
coming
got
to Gondor.
We only have 4 troops in the supply now. That's
Oh
that's
shoot,
not
yeah, we need to fight.
good. Yeah, we'll have a very large army. So
And last shadow card for my turn. All
Oh,
right, good. Nothing moved into Woodland Realm.
okay. 3 Nazgul to the
Ugh.
eye.
Yuck.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
jeez. Okay. Yeah, we got some problems. So just some ideas. Merry and Pippin could go down to Haradwaith and distract, pulling the 2 Nazgul out of Gondor so that
Mm,
Frodo could move more freely. I can't be in both places at once. I can't move with. Well, wait,
mhm.
I've got Eowyn. She could go 1, 2, 3. No, she doesn't have enough actions. Moving the eye out of Ithilien is
Ithilien.
probably a really good idea, right?
Yeah, because we don't want more Nazgul to show up there.
But I
We
don't
go up
want them to.
to Could we go
Go
up to
ahead.
Rovanion, maybe?
Yeah, or even the Misty. Sorry, the Mirkwood. Mirkwood might work.
Hmm.
Rohan's a little far, unless I spend a ring, which I think I don't want to do. But yeah, maybe.
We have Lembas available in case it's
Yeah.
helpful this turn.
So what about like I could do Give Us a Song with Merry and Pippin to get us 2 hope, and then I don't have enough friendship. No, I do.
Oh,
I could do that
Yep.
for 1 action, and then
okay.
I could draw the eye away, and then we'll work it out from there. How's that sound?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So
Yep,
let's
sounds good.
Give Us a Song. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So Frodo's in very good spirits.
So yeah, we're at 8 hope.
Yeah. I'm gonna switch to Eowyn. Who wants to come along with Eowyn? Are we all gonna?
Sure.
Someone might want to help guide Frodo in. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Do you want me to leave Aragorn or Arwen behind?
Maybe Aragorn, I guess.
Yeah, he's good
He's
at
pretty
preventing searches,
helpful.
right? Or
Yeah,
rerolling
he's
searches.
pretty helpful with rolls.
Yeah. Okay, and then we'll travel up here. I'm gonna go up here to help Legolas.
Mm.
We
I
have
like
2
the-
actions
Oh,
left.
someone's coming to Legolas's aid. Great.
Yeah, we're finally coming to your aid. I think I'll move north and then attack.
I like Aragorn. It's like 1 versus 16 here with Aragorn.
Okay, big attack. Yeah, right. Okay, not great. I'm gonna reroll the middle die, I think.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
We took out 2, 3. Oh, Aragorn's not there, right? We took out 3 of them.
No, he's
okay.
not.
Mm,
Okay, so they're down to 1.
yeah, that's looking a lot better. And if they move in, they'll attack us.
So in Erebor, they're just kind of at a stalemate with one.
Yeah, until we draw
on
another
each.
card. It's like
Mhm.
Erebor's under siege.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything else to do here, so I'm gonna go and draw cards.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll get some Nazgul drawn to the eye.
Rohan lends
Oh.
horses. Oh, Dunland to Rivendell. Okay.
So
All
the
right.
Shire is at risk now.
Shire and oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Shift
boo.
the eye to Frodo's region, of course. Well, he's about to move out of that region though. So
Yeah.
that's good. Dunland to Helm's Deep.
Oh, that's nice. There are no shadow troops there, so
Okay.
Okay. Ah, all right. Okay. So I've got Arwen and Aragorn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I could move Arwen up to the Woodland Realm and then pass off to Legolas some of my stealth cards.
Oh, that's a great idea. I love that.
that would be really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Good call.
All right.
I was thinking I was just going to need to roll a bunch of dice, search dice on Nazgul next turn, but
Do we all want to go or
Sure.
should I leave the rest of you behind? Because yeah.
Well, why don't you leave Arwen Eowyn behind?
Eowyn?
Yeah.
Okay.
With maybe a couple troops in case the big army moves in.
All right. I'm gonna take one of each kind of troop. There we go. Why not? Okay. Now that and I believe that's called Fellowship, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Fellowship. All right. Oh, now you've got 7 cards right now, so I can't give you an 8th one, right?
You can. Kevin will just have to discard a card.
or play the Gift from
Or-
Beelzebub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could play that.
Yeah, whenever
Okay.
someone goes above hand size, they can discard cards or play events. And yeah, I could play the event then to gain something.
Okay, so I can go ahead and give you this other one as well then, right?
Mhm.
Oh, wait.
Do you have a Mirkwood card?
Oh, are you in a haven?
Yeah, I'm in Woodland Realm.
Yeah.
Is that not a haven?
Once per turn you can do that.
Oh,
special.
it's only once per
Yeah,
turn.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. I guess I could muster
Mm-hmm.
with the other 2 actions here.
Sure.
Oh wait, what is prepare? Prepare.
Turns a card into a token.
Move 1.
I think mustering's probably good.
Yeah. Okay. We'll muster. All right. And then Aragorn, he can pretty much just travel.
Sure.
Maybe go down to Osgiliath?
Yeah. That seems good.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe you can join up to the party at some point.
Yeah. All right, there we go.
Okay. Hopefully you don't drive
right.
Skies Darken.
Right, okay. Okay,
Darken.
there we go. Hey, I got a red arrow.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's see what this says. Move up to 3 friendly troops in the same haven to 1 different haven. Then optionally roll a battle there and shift the eye to that region.
So you could move some like elves over to the Shire, for example.
Oh,
Yeah, the Shire might fall.
we can't let that happen. I mean, I guess it happens. So
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
already
it'd be a
captured
nice
Isengard,
protection
so
there.
Saruman is definitely heading to the Shire around now in the story.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna prevent that. We'll do the movie version where it doesn't happen. All right. So I'll move some from. We've got a pretty good supply at Woodland Realm here.
Yeah, I think so.
So 1 or 2.
I would do 2.
2. Okay. We'll send a couple elves there. Bam. Okay. Got some elves in the Shire, and I'm gonna draw some of these freaking cards. Oh gosh. Reinforce Isengard.
Okay, I like that.
That's not happening.
That
3
part's
Nazgul
good.
to the eye.
I
Okay.
guess they're coming out of Athelion.
Yeah, they are. I get to pick. definitely Athelion. Okay. Next shadow card.
Oh, the Wheels of
Wheels of
Saruman.
Saruman. What is that?
So we can either lose 2 friendly troops, get 1 to spare, or somebody has to toss 2 cards.
Okay.
I mean,
Break the oath. Remove any 2 friendly troops from the board.
mhm.
Doubt. A single player must discard a total of 2 player cards and or symbol tokens, or despair, lose 1 hope. Okay, so we're at 8 on our despair,
Mhm.
which is pretty good. My card what's my card
I
situation?
feel like we got a lot of cards.
We do.
Yeah, I want all of mine though.
Right.
Like do I really need 2 ring cards?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna just discard, which option was that?
Doubt.
Doubt. Okay. All right. I'm gonna doubt, and I will discard these 2. Confirm. There we go.
All right.
And we still have another shadow card. Okay. Advance Isengard to Helm's Deep. Oh,
That's
there's
fine.
nobody there. Take that, baddies. All right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Can we win this turn, Kevin? Can you make it to Mount Doom?
We can't. We still have that card that. Do we still have the card that? Yeah, the Limbus that does 2 additional.
Is Kevin frozen? I can't tell.
I think Kevin's frozen. Yeah.
What a time to freeze.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, because I think so we can do the Limbus that gives him 2 more actions with Frodo and Sam. So like he can make how many spots he'll probably drop out and rejoin.
Yeah.
So he's got
He's got
1,
Limbus. He
2,
needs 1, 2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5.
5, 6. He could do it if he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stealth would be good. So I think he can do it because with
Yeah.
Legolas, he could create a stealth, and then he plays Limbus, and I think we got the game in the bag there.
Yeah.
We can get him back.
If we can get him back. Oh my gosh. Well, now's a good time to look at. I can look at.
Yeah,
other
we can answer some
Easter eggs.
questions. if there's any, right?
Yeah. If you guys have questions in the chat, I know we've just been playing here, but yeah, I'm just looking around it. We've got the little Minas Tirith under attack. The Nazgul.
Got a little Barad-dûr over here by the
Yeah.
draw pile. Yeah, and the real physical game comes to the gigantic dice tower.
Dice
in the
tower,
shape of
right?
Barad-dûr, which is pretty
The
amazing to look
Barad-dûr
at.
dice tower, very nice. Yeah. Now, what would you say was the biggest challenge? And like you said, you did the pandemic system, but like adapting it to Middle Earth, because Middle Earth is such an iconic
Right.
location, and like there's certain rules and things that you don't want to.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
that. I mean, one of the initial challenges was like if you look at any of the pandemic system games, you're playing cards to fly across the board. Well, that doesn't really work in Middle Earth, right? We
Yeah.
have one event card, which is the Eagles, which allows you to move across. But just trying to develop a system where it actually takes time to get across the board was something that,
Right.
that and it still was interesting. So that's where
Mm.
a lot of that fellowship stuff, traveling with other people. Kevin, we have you back.
Yeah, just Sauron attacked my internet moments before destroying the ring.
We were thinking we got your move all planned out. We think you can win the game right this turn.
Oh yeah, like if we use the Lembas event, I can get to Mount Doom and destroy the ring. Yeah.
Right. You need to make a stealth, I think, though, with Legolas.
Yeah. So you trading extra stealth to me moments before.
Oh, we're losing you again.
really helped a lot.
Yeah.
With
We're losing your audio, Kevin. So maybe you just want to
having
move Frodo over.
Yeah, we can narrate your movements.
Yeah.
To do this.
Okay. What is
Yeah,
he
because
doing?
he's got like 6 stealth right
He's
now.
got a good number of stealth.
So-
I think
Yeah.
he must have created a stealth with he's got gifts from the elves
Where
as well.
we gain the stealth with Legolas. We're gonna have Frodo move to Pelargir with Merry and Pippin.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
Okay. I did. Can you hear me now?
Oh, there they go. There they're moving.
All right, they're moving.
Okay. So now, because now he's still in Gondor, so the eye is
Right.
there.
Yep. He spent a stealth to get into Pelargir, so
Yeah.
we just got to get into Ithilien now. Probably have to roll 1 die. Oh, I guess we're losing the internet.
Yeah, it might be.
Oh, what a bummer.
It would figure that our Frodo and Sam player we need to complete the game. Oh man. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Is he moving?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Why don't you just execute your turn, Kevin? We can narrate.
Yeah, we'll have to narrate for you. All right.
Testing the audio.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that like trying to figure out how to make the game interesting traveling around was one thing. So a lot of the
Yeah.
game is like these little movement puzzles as you're moving
Yeah.
about. And then early versions of the game, like you don't want Frodo just to collect the 5 rings and just march to Mordor and just win
Right.
like on turn
Yeah.
3. So the objectives actually do 2 things. One, they like mix it up, and so you can have a game where you're confronting the Balrog, or running the Shelob, or raising the banners, all these different kinds of things, and counterfactual things as well in the game that give it some body to it before you complete the win.
Yeah. Brian in the chat asks, how long has this game been in development? So how long you guys been working on this?
Yeah, I started on it 3 years ago. It took a good solid 2 years of design.
Oh wow.
And then Kevin helped with the development for quite some time. And then the product design was another, was not about 9 months of those 3 years. So definitely spent a ton of time on this one.
So we saw we had to roll a search there, and
he
came up blank.
Frodo's
yeah,
on the move.
So
right.
So he's on the move. And we got the Limbus. So he gets 2 extra moves.
It's nice that we challenged Sauron and cleaned that out, because it would
Yeah,
been,
right.
a
yeah,
lot worse.
that would have been a mess. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Also, I think we're really low on shadow troops. There's only 5 left in the supply, as Kevin was mentioning. Every time you need to add a troop and you don't have any, for each one that you can't put on the board, you get a despair. So that clock can go real fast.
Ooh.
You can imagine when you're drawing 4 cards per turn, that gets bad.
Yeah.
So I think we're either playing on the intro or the standard level. I'm not sure what he set us on, but in the full game, you can put more of those Skies Darken cards in there to really ramp up the difficulty. Hey, and we destroyed the ring.
There we
Very
go.
nice.
We did it, guys.
Yeah, well done.
Oh, it plays a little bit of music. Probably. All right.
And it gives you some stats as to how you did.
Nice. We all got first place.
Yeah, very good.
see if Kevin's back enough.
Yeah. Do we have you back? Hey, nice job.
Okay, you can hear me now? Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
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 So we got victory.
Sauron was really trying to stop me.
Yeah, he's not wanting it to happen for sure. Well, yeah, I know you guys been working on this game for a long time. I'm sure it's exciting to have it, about to go out into the world here in month and a half or so. After you said 2 years of development, right?
It was about 2 years of design, then another year of product design, and
Okay.
actually where the studio's doing all the illustrations and the graphic design and the sculpting and all that. There's a ton of work that needs to happen there, and of course printing it, and getting it on the boat, and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, I personally started working on it through Z-Man in October of 2023, and Matt was working on this for much longer than that.
Now, what element of the game, or what are you most looking forward to players experiencing with this game? As you watch people play, I mean, I was just doing it for the first time. Like, what are kind of the reactions that you look forward to, or the things that maybe surprise players?
For me, it's just kind of like you're creating a new story every time. It's reminiscent of the book,
Yeah.
and it generates all these what if scenarios.
Yeah.
And I think they're really compelling when there's lots of highs and lows. Like when you actually, as a player, are going between hope and despair, where you're like very excited because you just completed an objective, but oh, you lost a haven, and oh, but we've captured this. Oh, but this happened. I think all those turns and twists, and all that anticipation and release, I think, is what really makes for a great gameplay experience, just like it does with a good story. So I love it when the game can actually produce those kind of memorable moments. And whether you win or lose, you can look back and recount the story that you just generated with your friends. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I like the thing that still sticks out to me is the way we dubbed the one elf guy that's Glorfindel. It's like, no, we got to keep Glorfindel. We can't.
He was like the hero of the story, taking Moria over and Isengard. Right.
I mean,
it was just kind of along for the journey, going like,
who would have thought that we would have Frodo and Sam conquering not one but two strongholds in Moria and Isengard? Like, those are the only two places
they could have done it without Glorfindel.
Yeah, exactly. that's what you needed. You needed Glorfindel and Frodo and Sam, and you could conquer half of Middle Earth.
Yeah, well, I'm happy that Merry and Pippin were able to have a nice song there in Galadriel with Frodo.
Unclear if Aragorn Minas Tirith is still taken over by the Shadow Troops.
Yeah, that was kind of.
Oh yeah, that was a bit of a bummer when when Minas Tirith got sacked. You can't win them all, I guess.
But the Elven kingdoms in the north held strong.
They did, yeah. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I think
Go ahead, Kevin.
Scouring of Minas Tirith this time. I was saying of Minas Tirith that occurred.
Well, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining. And Kevin, I'm glad it was working for like 80-90% of the stream. Like, it was working well. But yeah, I think Sauron's just messing with your internet there because he's mad that we beat him. But I'm really looking forward to the game. I got a sneak glimpse, last Gen Con at like a prototype phase of it, which was really cool. Yeah. Which we didn't actually do any play. So like, this is, like I said at the top, this is my first time actually playing it. It's a lot of fun. I love cooperative games, and I really like what you guys have done with this. Being able to play this out in unique ways, and I think the storytelling camaraderie potential is really great mixture. A great fit for Middle Earth, and I think friends and families will have a lot of fun with this one.
Very good. Yeah, I gotta say, if you play with like 4 or 5 people, you've got like 8 or 10 characters on the map. You have this gigantic ensemble cast where people are doing all sorts of things all over the board. But yeah, it also plays as a solo game. So if you want to like set this up on your own table,
Yeah.
you can play it. And
how many
Sauron's running
characters?
against you. So
Yeah, how many characters do you play as if you do it a solo? How
yeah,
many
it's
characters
4
do you play?
characters plus Frodo and Sam. So you take
Okay.
an action, 4 actions with one character, then Frodo and Sam get an action, then 4 with the next, and Frodo and Sam get an action. So
Okay.
it's very puzzly. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's kind of nice that you guys have worked it out both way, for groups, but then also solo to make it fun both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, really cool. Well, guys, once again, it is Fate of the Fellowship, and it releases June 27th is the date. So, June, July, somewhere around there is when, check with your pre-order source, wherever you're going to pre-order it from or order it from, and to know when you'll get it in your hands. But yeah, this summer you can gather with some friends or play solo version and play Fate of the Fellowship and have a great time. That was a lot of fun, just playing through it, learning it for the first time. And now that I know a bit about it, I can play with my family and get them up to speed and make our little Glorfindel. I think I will put a little wig on one of the elf ones and make him officially Glorfindel. Maybe give him a sword or something. I don't know.
There you go. Very good.
Well, Kevin and Matt, thank you
Yeah,
again
very good.
so
Great.
much for joining. And yeah, really great
Yeah.
work on the game, and looking forward to playing it more. And yeah, maybe if you guys are at Gen Con, we'll see you there.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, great.
All right.
See ya. Yeah, and the skies literally darkened outside for me, like the cards in the game at those final moments. But it's starting to brighten up.
And then and now your internet's working better, so it's like a direct correlation, I guess. All right. Well, everyone,
right.
thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Nerd of the Rings.